Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Chainlink. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be in the top right-hand corner of the video. Now, also, I do have two donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, then feel free to go over to the official websites that I linked below, and you can donate to the Ukrainian refugees or to Ukraine's military directly. And before we get into the video, I also want to mention my Twitter page. Feel free to follow me over here. I do post a lot of interesting stuff. I'm not very. I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay more active here on Twitter, so I do have some interesting posts and technical analysis as well. Now, jumping into the charts. Now, jumping into the daily chart on TradingView. So you can see that we are in this channel down pattern. So this is a nasty downtrend that started with this touch here in January of this year. And ever since then, we have been back testing this resistance trend line. We actually did that once again in April of this year. And we have back tested the support of the channel in January, in February. We went below it here in May, and we wicked below it here in June as well. And overall, you can see that we have landed on the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement, which is the technical target that we have. And I've gave you this technical target, or I have given you this technical target a very long time ago. I was able to drop down the fibs from this swing high to this swing low essentially. And I did give you a nice technical target here at $5.60. We did go below that slightly, but potentially this could have been Chainlink's bottom if we have no black swan events and Bitcoin continues to recover. This is a nice 44% trade as well if you enter it at the 1.618. But I do think we're going to get a lot of more pumps in the future, especially I think next month is going to be a big month for Chainlink. They're potentially going to announce staking, and they're going to give us the date for that. And I think that will initiate or start the pump for Chainlink. So I'm very bullish on Chainlink. I do have quite a bit of Chainlink myself, and I have all of my trade alerts over at Patreon. The link is down below in the description, as well as some low cap gems in there. Now, moving closer into the chart, you can see that we have this second fib level at $3.27. Now, this I don't think we're going to get down below here, but still I do have this level so that you know where the next potential support is for Chainlink. Because if we see a capitulation, you start going down on Chainlink, you lose the 1.618, you lose the white trend line here that you've held many times before, you start coming back down, you lose the channel support, you can potentially capitulate to $3.27, which honestly would be an amazing buying opportunity for me. I would stack up my Chainlink bags at these prices here, but that would be quite negative in my opinion, because at that point we wouldn't know when the bear market is going to be over, and that would probably mean that we would be stuck in the bear market for quite a while. And for me, that's a plus because that gives me more time to accumulate more of my altcoins. But I do understand that in general, people do want to see a thriving market. And this is potentially what we have started here with this uptrend. So we bounced off the 1.618 4 times in total. And right now we're moving towards the resistance of the pattern here. So potentially, if in the next couple of days we do see a reversal in this little downtrend that we have here, so we have come down to the 20 EMA and the 55 EMA here, which is a very good retest of support. And from here, we can see another move to the upside all the way up to the resistance of the channel pattern. So that would be somewhere around $8.40. So that would be a nice level to take some profits. Above that, you do have the 1.272 at $9.09. That's another resistance level for you, which we have back tested before, right? So we did get rejected from there in June of last year, and potentially right now we could see another move to that area, and then we get sent back down to the 1.414. But mainly, I do want to see us break out of this channel down pattern, because that would be a very bullish statement from Chainlink. And after that, we do have a target at $13.32, which is basically this low that we have been holding throughout the first quarter of 2022. Also, pay attention to the yellow trend line that I have over here. And it's really not that important, but I do think I just want to keep this trend line on my charts because we did run into this level here as resistance multiple times. We even did hold it as support. So we have multiple bounces here and we failed to hold above it. We broke down and potentially right now you could move all the way up to the yellow trend line, get rejected once again and come back down. So this yellow trend line is something that I'm keeping my eye on. And if I see a pump to this area, I might take some profits because Chainlink right now is one of the few projects that I'm actually swing trading alongside SparkPoint and Orion Protocol. All the other altcoins I have, I'm staking them right now. So that's regarding the daily chart. Hopefully everything was clear. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Moving over to the daily RSI. So you can see that we did have some sort of an ascending, or not an ascending, this is a symmetrical triangle on the daily RSI, and we did have a little fake out here. As you can see, we did break above resistance over here, but we did end up coming back down. We went below the light blue or the teal trend line, and we saw multiple bounces of resistance with this level here. So we did just back test it as resistance here, and potentially you're coming back down. And if we see a major pullback in the markets, I would expect the yellow trend line to be our support band. So we've held this line as support twice before, once in June and once in July. So potentially for the last dipperoonie of this bear market, the yellow trend line could hold. But if we go anywhere below that, closer to the oversold zone, I think that's an amazing buying opportunity. But still, based on the probabilities here, you could see a bounce from the zone. If you come down here, it would be a smart decision to put some money into Chainlink at this level. Not a financial advice, as always. Now moving into the weekly chart here for Chainlink, I do want to remove the drawings. This is Binance. So you can see that we have been sort of creating this bottoming out structure here on Chainlink. And this is a very good sign in my opinion. This is a good bottoming out structure. And from here, we're starting to create green bullish candles. And I would say that the first resistance level that we have to look at is the 20 EMA, which we haven't back tested since April of this year. So we potentially are going to have another back test of resistance at $9.46. So if we have a pump, this would be a nice zone to take some profits. So if we end up breaking above the 20 EMA, I would target the weekly 55 because that is a very strong resistance level as well at $14 currently and 84 cents. So like I said, if we get the staking news next month, we may see a price rally, and that would be a good time to swing trade Chainlink, in my opinion, and that's potentially what I'm going to be doing. Moving over to the weekly RSI, you can see that we have been in a falling wedge here, and right now we did break through the resistance of the wedge, and hopefully right now what we can do is we can back test this previous resistance as support, and that would be a pretty much your confirmation that you've broken out of this downtrend, and all we need to do is break out of the channel down pattern on the daily chart. And we did have this middle line, this white support trend line. We bounced off from that as well, and off we went. And as you can see, this is a major level that we've been holding as resistance since May of 2021. So this is quite a huge deal in my opinion. So keep an eye on the weekly RSI, draw out this falling wedge. This is a very important thing to keep an eye on. The weekly stochastic RSI is moving towards the overbought. Once we get above the index of 80, I would consider taking some profits. And of course, you have to combine that with the weekly RSI, the daily RSI, and the price action itself. If you see yourself overbought and you see yourself running into one of the EMAs here on the weekly chart, that would be a good level to take some profits. You have to apply logic to technical analysis. It just doesn't work on its own. And also, the MACD just printed a bullish cross on the weekly, which is a very good sign in my opinion, because the last time we did that was in August of this year. And when that happened, we had a nice pump all the way up to November. And we're just printing this bullish cross here in July. Moving into August, we can see a nice pump into October, November. So like I said, when you see these signals, you have to really start paying attention to the markets. Don't sell too early. Be careful with your assets. Don't try to swing trade out of emotion. If you're overbought, that's okay to swing trade, but otherwise, I wouldn't be doing so because if there are bullish news coming out for Chainlink, we may see an enormous pump. To be honest with you, so Chainlink is known to pump in bear markets. That's what happened last bear market, and it's what can happen this bear market as well. So pay attention, be careful. You have a strong resistance line here at $12.65. This is the support that we bounced from in March, then we lost it. We still haven't had the back test of resistance, so potentially this is something that we're going to do once we have the announcement next month. So thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join my Patreon. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Peace out.